Alright, yo, Fake Radio. What's up? Got a special guest in the building. Introduce yourself.
My name is B.cave.
B.cave.
What's up with it?
Yeah, so we met a few weeks ago,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah. And I saw you perform. Loved the performance.
Thank you.
Then I found out you were from Boston. I was like, oh shit, we got a link.
Hell yeah.
And then kind of came from there. Checked out your stuff. Love the stuff. So when did you move out to California, LA?
I made the move to LA in July 2019.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so I moved out here initially by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there I've had like a succession of homies from back in Boston. Well, I'm from Middleborough,
Yeah.
to be exact. It's like
Uh-huh.
30 to 40 minutes south of Boston.
Right.
But yeah, I've had a succession of homies come from that area, come here, move out with us, whatever. Some of them have left since then, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right now I still have two of my homies from Middleborough that I live with.
Chill.
That make music, but
Right.
yeah, 2019, so
2019,
four and a half years now.
Yeah, and you moved out
Well,
here to pursue music?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Got you. And so you start your first tape was the Scenic Route tape. That was your first kind of
Yeah,
project?
so technically I
Uh-huh.
dropped one before that.
Okay.
That I took off of streaming services.
Got you.
So I graduated college in 2019.
Okay. Where'd you go to college?
University of Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, University of Tampa in Florida.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I started making music out of the dorm room type shit.
Yeah.
And I had a little bedroom studio in the crib I lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And I started dropping music in 2018.
Yeah.
And I dropped my first tape called 1111.
Okay.
And it was the same week I graduated college.
Yeah.
May 2019.
Uh-huh.
And that was the first thing I dropped. It was like completely produced and engineered and all that, recorded by me. Like 7 songs. But yeah, it was kind of like a cool jump starting point.
Yeah.
But now that I've gotten to where I'm at with my music, even that beginning, because I mix everything.
Yeah.
So even the beginning music, like 2020 stuff, it feels a little dated to me. I feel like some people enjoy it still. Like I have a lot of people that their favorite music from me still is on the Scenic Route.
Got you.
So yeah, that was 2020. But yeah, so technically 1111 in May 2019 was my first project.
Yeah.
But that's only on SoundCloud.
Gotcha.
So yeah, my first official EP was the Scenic Route.
Got you. And I really fuck with your sample game.
Thank you.
You got like a Us Too. I was like, oh, that's like a really clever way to do. Yeah. No, because I used to roll with this group and they also sampled like a version of Just the Two of Us.
Oh, fire.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. No,
that's dope.
I fuck with it. Then did you produce the Scenic? I know you work with other like Max Mitchell and other.
Max Mitchell, yeah. So him.
Yeah.
Basically, me and him worked together on the production for that whole project.
Gotcha.
So he is like I don't want to say my main producer because I like to work with a lot of producers, but for the most part, he's the main producer that I work with. He's probably produced with me like 80 to 90% of my catalog.
Got you.
So that was the first time that project was the first time we really locked in because he had moved into our crib in 2020. Yeah, in 2020. Me and my homie Jake were in there. We had another homie James. James ended up moving up north. And then Max moved out. And we made Us Two and Bare Feet in the same session. That was the first day. We had not the first day we worked, but that was the first time that we made those 2 songs in the first day. And because there was Just the Two of Us sample, and then it was the I always forget what that song is called. I can't think of that song. But yeah, we made those 2, and then we're like, all right, this is the sound we're trying to go for, right?
Yeah.
And we made the project, and then that was that.
Yeah.
So, I really love the sample game. I really try to have that be a part of my music, but I try to do it in a different type of way, because I really grew up on the Kanye production, and that's what made me want to produce. The early Kanye stuff. So as much as I love the boom bap stuff, I was doing it,
Yeah.
And I kind of just tried to want to make it a little more R&B.
Got you. Yeah, like kind of more like lo-fi type shit. Would you say?
Or I guess the sound could be considered. Some of the beats could be considered that. But I try to go for more of like a warm, soulful sound.
And like when I saw you a little more like kind of bombastic, kind of like oh shit kind of type.
When I'm on stage, I'm jumping around and I have energy. So that's kind of been my focus as of late is creating the live performance aspect more and more, and putting and tightening my setup and having those songs that have a little more bounce to it. So I've been really working on trying to get more bounce and having the ability to have fans jump around and have fun compared to, me just like rapping at people, which I felt like I was doing for a little while. Yeah,
I see. And you got the recent project Socks and Slides.
Socks and Slides.
So what was the inspiration behind?
Behind what part?
Behind the title, like
the title. So I low key I have a favorite pair of slides from Kid Super. Okay. That I wear all the time. Yeah. And that's kind of just what I'll be wearing throughout the summer. And it was a end of summer, getting into fall timing. But in California, there really isn't a fall. So it was that timing of me going from, being at the beach and not wearing socks to it's still being warm and wanting to wear my slides. But wearing socks with them. And that's just kind of like the vibe I'll be on sometimes in the crib. And I don't know. It was kind of just a simple idea that I was like, oh, socks and slides is kind of a relatable concept.
I saw you, and then I checked you out when I left the show, and I like saw like the first thing I saw was like your new project Socks and Slides. I was like, oh, that's tight.
Thank you, bro. The mood board kind of for that was like taking shrooms on the beach.
Got you.
And not on like a hot day, but on like a nice 70s to 80 degree weather day. Not a go to the beach and put your sunblock on and go to the water. More like a chill on the beach on a nice day and watch the sunset, eat a little mushrooms, socks and slides. That's was my mood board.
It's a very California thing. Like my homies did it. I know other people who did it. Like that's like that's valid. Yeah. And you got a crazy song on there with Trevor Spitta.
Yes, sir.
How'd you meet him? How'd that relationship work out?
So Trevor's just one of my good friends out here. We've been friends now for like a couple of years, I think. And it was just one of those combination of friend groups colliding, and I have some friends that are in a group called the Dead Boys, and he's been friends with them for a while. Gotcha. And we just connected with them, and now one of them lives with me. Jimmy Jupiter, and it's just kind of been they knew each other in New York, so when they both came out here, they connected. So it was just kind of a culmination of connections being made, and we've just been homies for a couple of years, and like have made music here and there. But he was with me and Max that day that we made the song.
Got you.
So me and Max produced that song together, and when I was writing it and recording it, he was already there, and I was like, fuck this. So he ended up recording it like a month or two later just because of how it worked out. But so he was there from the inception of that song, and he fucked with it. So I was just like, So Max be producing for him as well now too. Okay. So, we have similar production in some of our stuff. Yeah.
And you met Max in Boston?
Yeah. So Max is from Attleboro, which is also south of Boston.
Right.
And him and his brother Tucker are both amazing producers. And I got linked up with them through my friend James and his company Exposed Culture. Yeah. And then we met in Mass like once or twice in 2019, 18, and then he moved out. It was like 2019, end of 2019 we really met. And then 2020 he moved out, and that was like the first time we had really tapped in, but we just immediately like clicked. We have very similar tastes in music. We both use Ableton too, so that was kind of
And you say you work with other producers. Like, how do you search out other producers? Is it their energy? Is it the style of beats they make? Because I know you produce yourself. So what do you look for in that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I kind of, with producers especially, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at a place to where I need to be searching people out. Yeah. Or I'm scanning YouTube for beats to like find producers. Yeah. So most of the time I'm really just letting it happen organically. I mostly base it off of, you know, if we vibe and I fuck with your energy and shit, and you know, there's a few context clues to tell me that like we might make good music together based on your taste, then I'll usually give that a session. Yeah. Like off rip, just based off of us being able to hang out and have a good time in the studio, and you know, just stuff like that. I mean, I have, like I said, I work with other producers, but most of my production is in house. It's like me, my homie Max, my roommate Jake, who's so childish, produces a lot. Jimmy Jupiter is a producer. I live in a house with 4 other producers. Cool. I really don't have to outsource much if I don't want to. Yeah. So when people come to me and they're like, oh, I love, you know, whoop whoop, or they see me at a show, like we can do whatever. Our friends are friends. So I just let it happen organically.
Yeah. And we gotta talk about your song, Young Soprano.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the story of that song? How'd that come about?
So it's funny because that is, I mean, I'm Italian. Yeah. And I'm a huge Sopranos fan. Yeah. And I think I was just watching the show a lot at the time. I've watched it probably 2 or 3 times through at this point. But I think I was just watching the show a lot at that time. And me and Max were working on my project, Sojourner. And I think that was one of the first pieces to the project that we had put together. So I had just a bunch of beats from him, like, because we'll make beats together, and then I'll be like, yo, this is my idea for the project, and then he'll send me beats that are within that area. So the beat he sent me, the name of the beat was Mafia.
Got you. And
it has that kind of vintagey, like mafioso type of sample in it. So I just was... It was honestly when I first started getting off of like writing all my songs. Yeah. I still write songs, but I've been starting to just punch more and like feel it out more recently. Right, yeah. And so I was just in there and I would just, you know, trying to go off of the Mafia idea, freestyled a few times throughout the beat, and then I eventually just got to like the I'm a Young Tony Soprano, and I was like, oh, that's the thing. Yeah, that's Sopranos. And almost like as soon as I did that, like I was like halfway through the song when I came up with the idea for the video. Got you. So that was kind of a piece that I wanted to put together. So I made the song, and then I have a homie named Franz who's a dope photographer and videographer. And
we actually from Boston. Or
no, he's from Orlando.
Oh shit! Okay,
but he's out here. He's traveling all around the world right now, filming and doing videos, and he's going bananas. Insane photographer. So yeah, we actually had a meeting to talk about a different music video that we were gonna shoot. Yeah. And in that meeting, I had just made that song like the night before, or 2 nights before, or whatever. So we were talking about that one song, and then we finished the meeting, and I was like, yo, let me play this new song I just made. It'd be kind of dope if we did like a Soprano-style family thing for this song, whatever. And I played him that shit, and he was like, oh, let's just do this. Yeah. And I was like, all right, bet. And then I was like, yo, so, you know, I would want it to be this way, this way, this way. I was like, what do you think about flying back to Boston to do the video? Yeah. And he was like, I'm down. Fire. So I ended up going back to Boston for like a whole month, and I planned out the whole thing. That whole shit, all the people in there are my fucking mom, sister, dad, grandmother, my best friends. Yeah. We shot. The pizza shop is a shop that's in Middleborough Center. Okay, the shoe store. Yeah, so Pacini's, Gas. Yeah. So we shot that in there. They were grateful enough to let us come in and sponsor the video. And yeah, man, we did a 3-day shoot. Set up the whole dining room scene was in my parents' house. So that was crazy. My parents' living room. That we took out all the furniture and made that table out of plywood. Okay. And we had made mad food and just did all that. And yeah, man, I'm super proud of that video. That's probably that video is like probably one of my most proud moments in my like art journey as an artist so far.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's dope. And so you're from Middleborough, from the Mass area. I want you to talk about like your inspiration in like the Boston rap scene, because a lot of people don't really know about it. You know what I'm saying? So like how you got inspired to rap through like people from outside of Boston, inside of Boston, and then how moving to LA, how that kind of scene kind of affected your sound and your vision.
Yeah, I mean, I think my initial inspiration to rap was Mac Miller.
Got you.
So he was definitely. I feel like growing up, I wasn't really in tune with who's from where, or who's from Boston or whatever. Yeah. I knew Mac was from Pittsburgh though, and I knew that was close. Yeah. And I always thought that was sick. That he wasn't from California, or that he wasn't from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was sick. Yeah. Because it was kind of a. That gave me a little bit of like a. Oh, this is a white dude that isn't from a major city that's rapping that people respect. Yeah. And I was like, that's super sick. That's different than anything I've seen. Yeah. So I feel like, low-key, growing up, the Pittsburgh scene had a big impact on me because of Wiz, too.
Wiz, yeah. I hear Wiz in your music for sure.
Yeah. Dude, that early Kids, Kush, and OJ era of them is set off my whole... like creative journey.
How old were you when they dropped that?
I mean, what was that? 2009, 2010. Yeah. So I was probably 13 or 14.
Okay, yeah, so pretty formative.
Yeah, so that was like high school, bro. Like I could play a kid song at a party with my homies back home, and we all know the words. Yeah. You know, like that's what it was.
Absolutely.
I remember I had a playlist. This was LimeWire days where you're fucking DatPiff, so you're fucking downloading songs off this, that, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember I had a playlist that was just Kush and OJ and Kids, and I would just shuffle that, and that's what I listened to. Yeah. So it was just those two albums, but yeah, I was like, J. Cole too. Yeah. J. Cole too. Yeah. So I was into J. Cole on the come up. So those are three guys that it's like been super inspirational for me to be in on the ground floor of something like that. I was listening to Mac when he was putting out the High Life and shit. Right. Yeah. And like before Wiz put out Kush and OJ, so seeing them go to where they are now, and J. Cole, an East Coast dude, like I feel like I definitely gravitated towards the East Coast sound.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I always had like that thing for California. I always wanted to come here.
You always wanted. So you went to college in Florida, Tampa, and then you moved to California. What kind of drew you to the California?
Was it fucking like beach, man?
Yeah. Are you one of those people? Because I have a friend out here. She also went to college in California, and then she moved out here. She also was in Hawaii for a little bit. But is it like a seasonal depression type thing? Like you don't like the...
To an extent. Yeah. I mean, to an extent. It was just like I always grew up... I mean, I had gone on vacations with my family and shit. Yeah. And we would go to the Caribbean or whatever, and we'd be on the beach and the palm trees. And I was so... I loved that shit. Yeah. And it was always a thing that we had to go back. Yeah. And I was just coming from a place of where can I go that I don't have to leave. Yeah. So when I was going to pick colleges, I've always been someone that I'm very like I like change. Yeah. I'm not someone that is stuck in their ways. I went to a different high school than all my friends, a different state for college. Where'd you go to high school? I went to Cardinal Spellman in Brockton.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, right. You said okay.
Yeah. So I've just always kind of been on my own journey, trying to find things on my own. Yeah. To an extent, right? So I was just in a space to where I was like, all right, well, I can go to a place that's warm. Mm-hmm. Like I can do that. Yeah. So then I went to Florida and I loved Tampa and it was great. Mm-hmm. But especially once the music thing kicked in, I was like, it's either New York and LA. Right. And I've been waiting to go to California my whole life. Fair. So that was kind of the jump off point for me. I went to a production school when I first came out here for like a couple months. Yeah. But that was the jump off point.
And that was your first time on the West Coast when you moved here?
So I went out here. My first time on the West Coast was March 2019. Yeah. Because I had come out here on a senior. We had a spring break trip. Yeah. And me and some friends went to Colorado and California and went up and down. It was a big trip, but that was my first time coming to California in March 2019. Got you. And that's when I was like, all right, word. And I remember I had also, one of the days we were in LA, we were only there for a couple days. Yeah. I went to go tour the school that I was going to go to, which was at Westlake Studios. It's shut down now. Got you. But the first day I'd ever been there, I walked in, we toured the studio. It's the studio Michael Jackson recorded Thriller in. It's this whole crazy experience. Wow, okay. And then we walk out, and I walk by Usher.
Oh,
and
shit.
this is like, I'm from like small town suburbs. Like, you don't think of like seeing these people, right? And we just like walked by Usher, and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like,
"That's crazy."
And we walked out, and I was like, "Was that?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn." So not that I care. It's not that I care about the celebrity, but I was like, "Oh, these people are actually here."
Yeah, do it like they're putting in the work here.
Yeah, I was like, "This is where like he was going into the studio."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Damn, this is where it's happening." That shit had me hooked.
Yeah, I remember I moved here for school because I went to Emerson, but they had like a study abroad program.
Oh, fuck.
So I moved here like originally at school there, and it was like the school was like right on Sunset Boulevard, like crazy building, and like right next door was like I think it was called East West Studios, where it's like where like Tyler made like Thriller or Tyler made Igor and like all that shit.
Oh, fire!
That's right there. It's like a low key ass building too. That's crazy.
Yeah. They be low key, bro. They don't want people to know they're there. They don't put it on the fucking front that it's Michael Jackson records here. They don't want you to know.
No, that's true. Yeah, and that's what
they don't want you to know.
Too,
which I thought is sick too. I was like, they're not out here telling people about this. This isn't an advertisement.
Yeah. And I saw you recently performed at like the Jungle in Cambridge.
Yeah.
That was like your first Boston performance.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nostalgic too because I used to go there like in high school and shit.
For real?
Yeah, for sure. You know like Bridgeside?
No.
Oh, Bridgeside Cypher. It's like a.
Oh yes. Yes. Bars over bars.
Yeah.
I did that shit.
Oh, where? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I used to go like because back when I got started in like the rap stuff, I was with this like group at Emerson, but we would go to Bridgeside like every month, like
fire,
just doing shit. Yeah, my boy Oe, he was like highly known there, like Geo, Black Swan, like they all fucked with him. So
dope.
Like, he did it, but like mad people, they would be like, oh, I got a show at the Jungle, and then I would go like. Pretty routine.
Oh, fire.
So,
yeah, so that's how I got that show. Because I went to one of the Bridgeside Cyphers a lot. I don't even know how long ago.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of years, maybe a year or two. Yeah. I pulled up there with one of my boys and, did the cypher or whatever, met everybody. Yeah. They followed me and stuff. And then, I just hit them back up on some random thing, like in the beginning of the year, just, hey, basically on some remember me.
Yeah.
I'd love to perform when I'm back in town. And they gave me the Jungle, and then they just so happened to have a show in Middleborough. At the store I did the Soprano video at.
Oh shit.
So I did that.
Wow.
And that shit was crazy because that was the first time all my homies got to come out and see me fucking perform, dude.
Yeah, because like in LA, like you got your friends out here because you've been there, but like that's all the people from back home.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
All my like friends, because I mean I still have the same group of friends that I had when I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So when I go home, I hang out with my friends that I've known since I was 9.
Right.
You know, so that was the first time that I got to perform in front of them.
Yeah.
And one of my homies lived right down the street, so we pre-gamed at their house. Pulled up, dude. The room was no bigger than this.
Yeah.
It was literally like maybe a little bit bigger than this room, and it was just like 50 people in there.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And it was packed, and it was jumping.
The fam was there too?
Dude, my parents, my fucking grandmother, my sister. My parents are so supportive, bro. They're at every show. Yeah. They take every opportunity they can to, like, be there for me, and that shit means the world.
Yeah, bro, absolutely. Shout out, No. That's great. Yeah, shout out Aaron from Bridgeside. Shout out Eva. Shout out all them.
Hell yeah. Fucking hero. Bars over bars.
Yes. I pulled up there. I went to one of their shows, like, on some low-key shit. I went, like, right after. I was at a... Because it was, like, I was back home for the summer for, like, a month. And I went to a St. Leor show, St. Leor at Exit Studios.
Yeah. And
then I was like, let me just roll up to, like, Bridgeside real quick. It was, like, 11. Mm-hmm. And I, like, came through. And it was on some, like, low-key shit. I was, like, tired. It was still, like, jet lag. But I was just, like, with my hood up. But I was, like, this is, like, nostalgic. Because it was, like, all, like, 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids. And I was, like, me and my homies were, like, one of them for, like, a while. So it was a very, like, full circle moment. Like, oh, shit, like, now I'm here in LA. Like, it was really cool for sure. Yeah,
it's cool, man. Trying to just fucking level up. They're doing their thing, so
yeah, absolutely.
All out here just trying to make it happen.
So you're from Middleborough, and you know I've had a lot of people. I've had people from Acton on this show. I've had people from Cambridge on the show, Brockton, Boston, but from Middleborough. So like, what was it like growing up in Middleborough? And like, what are there like other artists from Middleborough who you fuck with, who you wanna?
I mean. So first growing up in Middleborough, was suburban, like pretty chill place to live. There wasn't much to do, so it was very fucking calm, kind of stay at home, ride quads.
Yeah.
We did a lot of riding dirt bikes and quads through the woods,
Yeah.
like playing around on the streets with our friends until fucking you couldn't anymore. And then my parents, we moved to a house that was kind of in the woods, and I had friends that would come. We would play fucking manhunt, all that shit. It was a lot of quadding and stuff like that. That was a lot of it.
Okay.
But I mean, I grew up playing sports, so I was very involved with sports a lot. So I played baseball, football, basketball, and then I played AAU baseball. So I was doing that all summer. So I feel like for the most part, sports took over a lot of what I did growing up.
Yeah.
But as far as growing up there, dude, like it was cool when I was younger, but once I started getting a little older, it was boring. It was fucking boring, and there was not shit to do. Yeah. And that's when we all just like started smoking a lot of weed and fucking drinking and getting in trouble and shit. Yeah. But other than that, it was pretty chill. You know, when I go back there now, there's not much to do, but it's nice to be back and see all my friends and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so growing up there for the most part was pretty chill, man. It was nothing too exciting. And what was the other question?
Like other artists.
Other artists. I don't know. As far as other artists, man, I know of a couple, but I don't really know of anyone that's really doing it.
Got you.
You know. So like, I know a couple people that be making music and trying to do their thing here and there, but you know, no one that's really like pushing the issue. I have a couple friends that do things other than music that are dope. Yeah. Like my friend James, like I brought up earlier, did the exposed culture thing. Now he has something that's called I'm Still Here. Yep. And it's a brand. He does clothing, but dude, he's running clothing drives up in Humboldt, giving back to the community. And the I'm Still Here thing is, you know, mental health, trying to promote that like you're not alone and stuff. Yeah. So man, he's doing really dope things. My friend Anthony runs a print shop out there. Yeah. So there's some people doing some cool things, but as far as music, unless I'm forgetting somebody, I really can't like think of too many people. Got you. That's valid. You're the hardest rapper out of Middleborough. Hey man, like, out of the whole South Shore, if you ask me. Yeah. Hey, that's valid. So I'm trying to represent, man, and like I'm trying not to do it on like I don't know. I'm out here trying to do my thing, and I work my fucking ass off. Yeah. So I miss the South Shore Mall. That's Braintree? Yeah. Type shit. Nah, I used to go there all the time. That's a good mall. All the other malls kind of suck. Yeah, I fuck with Natick too. Natick's cool. Yeah, I fuck with Natick, yeah. They got that new game thing. You been to that? Oh, not Level 99? Yeah. I keep trying to go with the homie, like, every single time I go back, and it just, like, we can't make it. Dude, I went with my parents and my sister. That shit was fun. It's fun? Yeah, we had a good time. Have you been to 2-Bit Circus out here? Nah. Okay. Because that's, like, the crazier version. Or I don't know if it's crazy because I haven't been to either, but, like, that's, like... It's the same thing? Damn. It's the same thing where it's, like, game shit, but it's also, like, art installation type shit. Really? Yeah, it's similar to that. It's an artist district. Yeah. I'm about to tap in. I'm trying to pull up to both, but... Yeah, I gotta go to Level 99. See, I can't go to the Natick Mall often because anytime I go with my sister, something like horrible happens like every time, and it's like we joke about it, and then we'll go and be like, oh shit, something bad's gonna happen, and then like something and then like, it's crazy happens. Yeah, like it's not like normally we just get sick or something, but then like the last time we went together was like 3 years ago, and 4 years ago. It was a long time ago, and we went, and then like 2 days later. Like I'm in like Albany with my uncle, and he like fainted, and we were like, "Yo, like we cannot go." Oh, it's just one of those things. Yeah, like it's just like but nah. Prudential sucks now. So yeah. Prudential sucks though. What's that? Boston. Oh yeah. The Prudential building. Yeah. They took out the restaurant, man. They took out the restaurant, and they took out the food court, and they took out the Barnes and Noble. So it's like, why even go there? Like, yeah, that's crazy. I used to do like bartending gigs up there. Yeah. Okay. Up there at the Prudential building in Harvard and stuff. Yeah, got you. Yeah. So, well, also, this is the first time I've seen you. Hold, let me just check accept the thing real quick. Gotcha. So this is the first time I've seen you without the jersey, the jersey. Yeah, where'd you get that? How'd that kind of? I know, that's funny. I wear that to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my branding. Part of my branding, at least.
Got you.
Well, like I said, I grew up playing sports, but baseball was always my main. Like, I played baseball in college.
Yeah.
So that was my main kind of thing.
Okay.
Until music took over. Like, music has always been a part of my life, but until I stopped playing baseball, I almost immediately, like, I stopped playing baseball 2016, going into the summer of 2016 was my last season, and then that summer was when I started making
So that was like freshman year of college?
Yeah, freshman year of college.
What made you stop? Just like...
It was just a lot.
Yeah.
It was just a lot. And I wasn't going to the league. Yeah. I had gotten hurt my senior year of high school.
Okay.
And I had missed a lot of opportunities through that. Mm-hmm. And then I went to college in Tampa, and it was more so a thing to where I walked on, which was cool, but it wasn't like my scholarship was riding on it. Gotcha. You know, it was kind of, now I'm in a place to where I need to have good grades and do the sports, and I'm in Tampa, which is like, was an insane party city. Yeah. So, like, it was just a lot going on, and I was like, baseball doesn't seem to be the priority anymore. Yeah. Which is, you know, it's a hard thing to do. Yeah, but nevertheless, I still love baseball. Baseball was a huge part of my life, and still is. I'm a humongous Red Sox fan.
Yeah.
So,
same here.
Yeah, so when I created Booming Bay, which is my production and management company.
Got you.
I kind of was just like, I should just make my own jersey. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I should make my own jersey. Yeah. So I made and as much of this might not be a great Red Sox fan thing to say, I've always liked the Dodgers too.
Got you. Yeah. That's fair. I said on the last one that's up, I was with my boy Serene, who's a big like Lakers fan. I was like, when I'm out here, when I'm in LA, I'm a Celtics fan. When I'm back home, I'm a Lakers fan. Just so
damn.
People,
yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I've always liked the Lakers too because of Kobe.
Right.
But that's the only real reason.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers, I just I always liked their uniforms. Yeah. And I had a succession of 3 of my favorite Red Sox players in a row that had gotten traded to the Dodgers. Yeah. So it was like Nomar, Manny Ramirez, and then Mookie Betts. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Right. I was like, all right, dude. Well, like, this keeps happening.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
So number 5 is my number. Nomar is why I wear number 5.
Okay.
That's because when I was a kid, I played shortstop, and I always wanted to be like Nomar Garciaparra. He was the one that made me start wearing number 5.
All right, word.
So I've always worn number 5. Always been my number in every sport.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I always liked the Dodgers jerseys, and blue is my favorite color. So when I came out here, I kind of was like, oh, I want to make some baseball jerseys with my name on it. Like, that'd be sick. I feel like. And so I just, you know, it's similar to the Dodgers jerseys, the blue, the royal blue with the white, but that's like my brand colors anyway. So yeah, I mean, it started out with just I made one for myself, and I was just like, I just want one. Yeah. And then there was an artist that I was managing at one point. I made one for him, but I don't manage him anymore. And then I think last year was the first time I put him out as merch and like offered him to other people. So now there's a few people out there that have all the jerseys. Okay. And then for Christmas last year, I got all my family ones. So my mom has M.cave, my sister has C.cave, and my dad has B.cave Senior. Yeah. Okay. Because he's Brian, I'm Brendan. So
Brendan Cave.
My name's Brendan Cave.
Got you.
So that's where B.cave comes from. Okay. Yeah. Cool. It was my nickname growing up.
B.cave?
Yeah.
Fire.
So that like kind of just turned into, I didn't have to find a name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's smooth. Yeah. That's smooth.
But yeah, man, this past year I fucking made the white ones too. So now I have the home and away jerseys. Yeah. It's tough. I love that shit. So I just wear it at all the events I go to. Not all the events I go to, but I try to wear it as much as possible. And I wear it at all my shows for sure. Yeah. So
absolutely, yeah.
Kind of just part of my brand.
And Booming Bay, that's your production and management.
Yeah.
Okay. So what inspired the name Booming Bay? Kind of what got you into having your own? I mean, it makes sense to have your own production and management and do that shit yourself. But what Booming Bay, the name inspiration, like what got you into that?
Booming Bay came from me trying to come up with something that was reminiscent of Rolling Loud or Dreamville or so. They always seem to have these 2 to 3 syllable things.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just a succession of me trying things.
Yeah.
And Massachusetts is the Bay State.
Yep.
So I was going back and forth from the Bay State to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And then I came out here, which is like, I mean, we're not in the Bay, but I've been to the Bay and like where, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, the Bay is relevant to a lot of places.
Yeah.
So I'm referencing my home, but it's relatable to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And Booming Beige is just kind of what I landed on. And I had the name for a long time too. I had the name for years before I LLC'd it. Just kind of waiting to see where I wanted to go with it. I'm still trying to see where I want to go with it.
Yeah.
It's all an experience, but yeah. So this year, last year was the first time we threw a show in Santa Monica, but this year is the first time I really tried to push the event production side of it. So it's kind of just always been my management suit that is my management company.
Yeah.
And I run all my business through there so I can write things off and do stuff like that. So just on some independent artist building type shit, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's fire. That's fire. I really fuck with that. Yeah. And I just gotta say, that song Vertigo goes hard as fuck.
Really? You fuck with that?
I love that song.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Where'd that song come about? Like, how'd that?
I made that beat and just rapped. That was a very...
Never Mad, who's that?
Never Mad,
that's like the first song I heard.
Yeah, so he's from Middleborough, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I caught the accent. I was like, I think this is also something.
Yeah. He's from Middleborough, and he lived with us last year and the year before. So he was out here making music with us and rapping, and he's just like back home and working and stuff now. But yeah, so that was a product of when we were in the pandemic in 2020 was when our friend James was really still pushing the exposed culture thing. And it was a lot of people that were involved with it. Yeah. So I was like, yo, let's make a collaboration project. So I executive produced a 7-song EP that was a combination of 12 to 14 different artists and producers. Yeah. So I had all of our homies that produced. There was like 7 songs, I think. There's 7 different producers on it. A few rappers on each of them. And Vertigo was the first song on that. So I just ended up liking the song at the time, so I put it out on my own as well. But if you go on SoundCloud, it's a part of a project. Yeah. So I made that beat and just, like I said, I rapped on it. Nolan got on it, and
Sick.
That's crazy. I haven't thought about that song.
Yeah, I was just like listening. I gotta listen to like as much shit as I can. I was like, I like that song.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And so what, like, you were talking before we hopped on air, like, about like future shows that you got going on in Boston, LA. So like, what future plans, like, in general you got, project wise, show wise, like, what
we got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm trying to plan my next moves, and
you got visuals coming out soon too, right?
Yeah, I literally would have forgot to say that if you didn't say that. I have a video dropping this Friday, which is going to be November 17th. What's today? The 13th.
This is the 14th. Yeah, so it'll be the 17th. Yeah. And this will be out, but the video will be out by the time this is out.
Oh, fuck! I know. I forgot to even ask you that.
Check it out.
But yeah, so see about it with my homie Dane, who's a homie I met in Texas this summer. Yeah. And I made that song, and then so he was out here a couple weeks ago. Stayed out here for a week. We shot a video, and then we actually made a whole project. So we're gonna have a project coming out in the springtime next year, and then I have a few other songs I'm gonna be putting out until then. I have a few plans of things I want to do. What's up, kitty?
Shout out
Garbanzo, like the beans.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I don't think she's ever made a video appearance before.
Let's go.
There we go. Shout out.
Garbanzo
right here.
What's up, gang?
Making a cameo.
He's a soft ass cat.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, so video, see about it. I have a new song that I'm gonna be putting out end of this month. I'm pretty sure. And then my Booming Bay's next show.
Yo.
December 22nd.
December 22nd. All right.
At the Middle East upstairs.
At the Middle East upstairs.
Booming Bay.
All right.
Turntable teachers. We're throwing a hip hop and R&B event.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be lit, man.
I'm sure you've been to many shows in
Hell
the,
yeah.
in the Middle East upstairs and downstairs. So
it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy.
Playing that? Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I've had this venue booked since May.
Oh shit. Oh
yeah.
shit! Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they do it though. Yeah. Over there.
So
yeah.
I was dead ass because when I was back in June, I was trying to throw a show then, and just the succession of things was, I got the Cantab Lounge show end of September, so we threw that, and then that went really well.
Yeah.
And like I had this show booked before I even had that show booked.
Yeah.
So it was like I got to do something because that's kind of where there wasn't pressure, but I felt a little pressure because I was like, I don't want this to be the first show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got that show and worked that out and was home for that, and that show went great. Yeah. Serotones. And then, I was trying to figure out where to go with this, and I linked up with Mike from Turntable Teachers, and me and him are working on putting this together. Dude, I'm so excited. Like, I was a little nervous about it, and I was just like feeling like I needed help. And he, saw the vision. We really seemed to relate on a lot of things off rip. So that reinvigorated my excitement for it, and we have a lot of stuff coming for that.
And how'd you meet Mike Turntable Teachers?
Dude, just fucking Instagram. I haven't even met him in real life yet.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it's just been phone calls and texts and stuff. So he seems to be like a great dude from what I know so far, and I'm excited to work with him. So it'll be good, man. But that project, man, I got a whole lot of music coming out. I'm trying to set up some more exclusive content type of situation.
Cool.
So yeah, man, just trying to be consistent with content.
There we go.
Music videos, all that stuff.
And we have a game on this show. So choose one artist who you know personally, who you've never collaborated before that you want to work with, like call them out, and then one artist that you don't know personally that you really want to work with. So
is the second one like a dream collab or someone that's like within the realm of it actually happening?
People have done both. Like some people do like dream collab. A lot of people do dream collab. Some people though have taken it of like someone who is in the realm still, but like Beige one.
All right. Someone that I know that I'm really trying to work with is man, I'm trying to work with J-Mac. My name isn't J-Mac.
Yeah.
Man,
I fuck with J-Mac. Yeah. I love.
So that's the homie, man. Pull up to the studio, J-Mac. What's up, man?
Yeah. Shout out Tyler, aka Loki T, who produces for J-Mac.
Oh yeah.
He's been on the show before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay, for sure. Yeah, he's a DMV homie. J-Mac is. Yeah. So yeah, man, him. Yeah. I'd love to work with him. And then, man, I just have. Hey, I'd love to work with Chase.
Okay, yeah.
Chase Murphy.
Yeah. You've never done a song?
Nah, me and him haven't got any songs in. So that'd be great.
Yeah. Have you worked with Danny Diamonds too, or?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Danny's great too.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple people.
Yeah.
Those are just artists that I'm friends with that I really fuck with. So I think it'd be cool to make music. And people that I vibe with, like I said, people I vibe with, there's people that I know personally that are great, and maybe I'm just like, maybe you know what I'm saying? This or that. It's just like, I think it'd be cool. Those would be a couple cool ones. Yeah. And as far as dream collab or anybody, bro, I mean, dream collab right now is fucking Dominic Fike for sure.
Wow. Okay.
That would be my fucking dream collab right now. If I could pull that one out of the air, or like if there was one that I could pick that's an active artist right now, it would be Dominic Fike.
Dominic Fike.
Yeah. So, other than that, I don't even. Isaiah Rashad would be sick.
Yeah.
Aaron May.
Yeah.
Aaron May would be sick.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of artists I fuck with.
Aaron May did like Let It Go, right? That's him.
Yup.
Yeah.
And Ride, Let It Go.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to work with Alchemist though. That's my. Man, that's the man right there. He's working crazy.
Nice. Yeah.
That's the dream producer collab right now.
Yeah. Would you fuck with Larry June too?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no. Shout out.
Fuck yeah, Larry June.
Man,
shit. Larry June's the fucking man, bro.
Yeah.
He's like him. There's a few artists that, cause I'm very business minded when it comes to music too, right?
Yeah. Same
so
thing.
there's a few artists that I really fuck with based on their business.
Yeah.
And he's like one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
him, Brent Faiyaz, Russ, like those guys, the way they fucking run their business and the independent artist thing is like a fucking platform for, like, J. Cole did it too, but J. Cole did it to like a different level. Like he was signed by Rock Nation, and now he has his thing, and he has an outfit within he has his own thing that's a template for that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, so that's obviously a template for its own thing. When it comes to like today and age, independent art music business, those three are like, bro, they're fucking killing it right now. Like Brent's new album,
that crazy,
insane.
Yeah,
like fucking.
I love it. I've said it before on this podcast, and I'll say it again. For me personally, album of the year.
Yo, insane, and fucking. So, I'm friends with Tommy.
Yep, Tommy.
Richmond.
Yep, and Felix.
Felix is from Van Buren.
Yeah.
So that connection that was made. I've met Felix like once or twice maybe.
Yeah.
There's a couple other guys I know from that group a little better, but I don't really know him that well. But still, like that he's from. I went to school in Brockton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That fucking connection of Brent Faiyaz, who I've been listening to for fucking years, and then Tommy working with him already has been crazy to me.
Yeah,
and
you know Tommy.
So I know Tommy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have known Tommy for a while.
Yeah.
But for the time I've known Tommy, it's like he started working, and I always think it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he's dope.
Yeah.
But like Brent Faiyaz is like holy shit.
No, I've been a fan of Brent Faiyaz since I was like. Since like 2015.
Yeah.
So like to see like Felix, who I've also been a huge fan of, like because I was a fan of Felix like when his first album came out in 2019. I was like really with like the one with like Notebook P on it. Yeah, I was really into that. So like to see them working, and like Tommy Richmond's like one of the first artists I started bumping like when I came out here. So I was like, oh, shit, like this is really like a full thing. Yeah, I literally listened to that song like on the way to work.
Dude, Upset, bro. Upset, that song. That's my favorite, like, unbiasedly, that's my favorite song.
It's stuck in my head, like, all the time.
It's so fucking good. Nah, that shit is fire, bro. So it's just, like, it's cool to see that shit. It honestly, like, not to say that it makes it seem tangible, but it makes it seem tangible a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, it's like, the degree of separation thing is, like, so close. Sorry. Wrong tube. But yeah, the degree of separation thing is always crazy to me. Like, out here, that's one of those things that it's like, dude, insane.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. No. That's what's like dope about being in LA. It's cause Felix is like the one, cause like a lot of people out here know Felix just cause he lives in LA. So
he's here.
Like, a lot of people on the podcast, like when they're like, oh, like what's Boston music like? Like I go to Van Buren cause that's like kind of one of the big scenes that I like kind of grew up listening to, and then they're like, oh, like Felix. I'm like, like that. So
and he's involved in other things too.
Yeah.
Which is cool, and which makes him more out in the scene more.
Yeah.
So he's doing a lot of like clothing stuff and modeling shit. I feel like and he's just involved in a lot of things out here, which is dope. But nah, Van Buren is sick, bro. They're my favorite. Like it's I can't even be like they're my favorite artist collective because I don't really know of another one. But I think they're my favorite group of artists that are coming out of Mass right now. Yeah. And it's like, dude, they all have their own dope thing.
I would agree with that.
Fucking Meech is performing at the show I'm throwing in December.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah.
That shit's going to be sick.
I met Meech, like, officially met Meech for the first time back at the St. Leo show, like, in...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was great. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Nah, they're fucking fire, bro.
Is E.T. now the same?
E.T., yeah.
Shout out me, shout out Luke Barr, shout out Felix, shout out...
Nah, they're going crazy.
Shout out Ricky,
they're really good.
Yeah. No, that, like, they definitely are, like... In terms of, for me personally, like, when I think of, like, artists from the Mass area and, like, shit that, like, you've never heard before and you, like, wanted, like, Van Buren's definitely.
It's dope, too, because, like... I mean, it's not, like, dope, but it's cool that they're not from Boston. Like, they're from South Shore. Yeah. Like, they're from Brockton.
Yeah, and they're from Brockton,
I don't know. I think that shit's really cool.
Yeah.
It's dope that they're doing... And Brent is one of the first people who co-signed them publicly.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense when that connection is made, but still, man, that shit is dope. There's a lot of dope artists in Boston right now.
And in Brockton too, like C4, shout out C4 Rob put some work. Like I was just talking about on a pocket. It's gonna be up by the time this is up of one that I did because the artist I manage, Adar, is from Brockton, so like I definitely have like a very kind of big relationship with Brockton and Brockton music. So yeah, definitely like I'm a huge fan of like Boston music and Brockton music like specifically.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
That's definitely my thing for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Hey man, of
great
course.
Talking to you.
Thanks for having me.
Great meeting another Boston
hell yeah.
Massachusetts person from.
That's what it's about, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the last dude I had on from Boston. Oh, this is my homie Santi, but then like the last rapper I had on from Boston, he was like just out visiting. So.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Shout out Lottie Ogun. Yeah.
What is it?
Lottie Ogun.
Lottie Ogun?
Yeah.
All right,
we all went. Yeah, we went to high school together.
Fire. You have to put me on.
I will. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
B.cave. Go check out all his shit. Pull up to the shows in Boston and in LA.
LA coming soon. We're there. We
Fake
here.
Radio. Shout out Jimmy K Feds and the Squeak Squad. Rax Kills. Fake Radio. We out.